Can we call creativity a best friend? Yeah. Can we call creativity an enemy? Oh, yeah. So how does this happen? How can we get along better with our creativity? By listening to it, by having a conversation with it, by being present with your creativity, by not being the perfectionist with your creativity. Do you like it when people judge you? No. Well, how do you think the creative person inside of you feels? Right. Unplugged because we will always say yes to creativity. Totally uncut because we all make mistakes. So turn it into a tool. This is Arroe Unplugged. I live in a forest in South Charlotte, North Carolina. It's not a large forest. It's a collection of trees that have been a huge part of my life since November of 1992. And during the mid part of the 1990s, because of big city life, acid rain, things like that, the trees were beginning to fall. And so we started to replenish the forest with tiny little itty bitty seedlings. And it wasn't going to be like a Home Depot, Lowe's type of tree that we were going to put inside this forest. It had to be very natural to the environment that we presently live in. And I'm sitting here staring out into this forest right now. And these trees are anywhere between 17 and 30 feet tall. And they're my children. That we have a conversation and they stare in at me and I stare out at them. And we know that there's snow on the way, and I stare out at them and I go, can I bring you a blanket? No, human. Everything's fine. We got everything covered. Look at our long pine needles. Look at all of these vines that are on our feet. And thank you for not raking up the leaves on this forest floor, because we're going to keep our roots nice and warm. I love my forest. Hey, it's Arroe. This is the Daily Mess. A chronological walk through an everyday world. I am a daily writer. And you know what? I would love to invite you to go through the daily writing, to be with that writer in 1997 when the trees arrived, and to feel the excitement of that writer when he said, I got my tree shovel too. I'm going to go out there and we're going to start planting 1,700 trees. You don't know the number 1,700 until you sit there halfway through going, we got how many more left? Oh my God. But it's all documented. That's what's fun about being a daily writer. You don't do it to sit there and say, this is what I did and how can I learn from it? Sure, it's an educational tool. But you do it so that you can go back to it one day and you can embrace the celebration of the human and the tree. Something in your life. It doesn't have to be creating your own forest. It's whatever you're doing in your life. This is the Daily Mess. And approaching huge change in the weather always plays really, really hard on my inner emotions. In the business world, I easily accept change. I really do. The moment that Mother Nature gets involved, I'm not in a comfortable place at all. I'm not. Mainly because it's totally out of my hands. I'm not in control, and there's nothing I can do about it, except prepare for the oncoming change. Developing a great relationship with change is a personal battle that puts you in the center of other people's emotions. Do you want me to read that again? Because that's where a lot of disconnections begin. Developing a great relationship with change is a personal battle that puts you in the center of other people's emotions. Everybody acts and reacts to change in different ways. And so many times, because we don't know what to do in that moment of change, we go at each other's throats. We create battle lines. We take sides. We sit there and go, no, or come on, man, be a part of the team. Now, personally, my goal is to be more aware of the actions and reactions, because what I can control is 100% myself. No. I need to be a little bit more transparent on that. I can control myself 83% of the time, not 100% of the time. There are times where the change gets so deep inside my soul that it just irritates the hell out of me. And why it irritates me is because I'm trapped in a situation where I can't go take a walk. I call it a transition walk, where you just kind of just let go. No radio, nothing. Nothing's going on. You can't even answer the phone. You just kind of just let go and let the atmosphere just kind of go in there and cleanse out what's going on. I can't, because you're trapped at your job. And so you try to do meditation, but how can you meditate when you've got 50 to 100 people around you at all times? And that's one of the things that I'm trying to do with Nidra, is that can I meditate in the presence of others without them knowing it? Because they're going to point fingers if they do. And it's very embarrassing. If I could never pray in public, because people would go, "What are you doing? Oh my God, don't spread that nasty stuff all over me. Come on, man." So once again, developing a great relationship with change is a personal battle that puts you in the center of other people's emotions. And so what you've got to do is you've got to learn to have better control of yourself. Breathing is essential. I will take my right hand and I put it on my danjin. The danjin is what we learn in martial arts. I'm a 3rd degree black belt. It's right above your pelvic bone, right below your stomach. And you have to find out if you are fully breathing and using that muscle right down there, not up here in the lungs. If I see you breathing from your lungs, if you were going into a match with me in Taekwondo, I'd have you. I'd have you on that mat in no time. I want to see the danjin moving, not the chest moving, okay? I don't want to take you out in a Taekwondo match. We're supposed to have 3 rounds. I came here for 3 rounds, not 1, okay? So I need to have some good breathing going on here. And we've got to stop worrying. I'm a Cancer. I'm born on June 28th. I'm 5 months away from turning 60 years old. And I'm telling you, as an old man, you got to get rid of the worrying, okay? I know that Cancer is worrying. So do other signs. We all worry so much. You got to put it away. You got to stop worrying about the process of what the next step is going to be doing. Carefully put your mind, body, and soul in a place of balance. Where you are standing, ask yourself, how you doing, man? Do you feel balanced? Everything okay? You got to talk to yourself. Create that communication line. The potential of a huge snowstorm is very high tonight. Did you hear that word? Tonight. But right now, where I presently sit, it's morning. It's 8:19 a.m. on this January 28th, 2022. And the weatherman says the snow is going to hit tonight. And I'm presently sitting in the morning. It's not being fair to your present moment of now if you're all anxietied out in your now. Tonight versus morning. So I share with you one thought. And this is going to take a lot of work and exercising. Stop writing the story. Live the life you have. What I mean by that is we spend so much time writing the story before it even gets here. And when it gets here, it didn't turn out the way that you wrote the story. You're not getting this time back. Sip on some of that coffee. Go get yourself a Red Bull, a donut, or a bagel. Take in this moment and celebrate your life now. And if it snows tonight, who cares? We all embrace change. I'm Arroe, and that's the Daily Mess.